Jesus told this parable to his disciples. The kingdom of heaven will be like this. 10 bridesmaids took their lamps and went to meet the bridegroom. 5 of them were foolish, and 5 were sensible. The foolish ones did take their lamps, but they brought no oil, whereas the sensible ones took flasks of oil as well as their lamps. The bridegroom was late, and they all grew drowsy and fell asleep. But at midnight there was a cry, "The bridegroom is here! Go out and meet him." At this, all those bridesmaids woke up and trimmed their lamps, and the foolish ones said to the sensible ones, "Give us some of your oil. Our lamps are going out." But they replied, "There may not be enough for us and for you. You had better go to those who sell it and buy some for yourselves." They had gone off to buy it when the bridegroom arrived. Those who were ready went in with him to the wedding hall, and the door was closed. The other bridesmaids arrived later. "Lord, Lord," they said, "open the door for us." But he replied, "I tell you solemnly, I do not know you. So stay awake, because you do not know either the day or the hour." The Gospel of the Lord.
Will he still find faith? Will he still find faith? Will he still find faith? Will he still find faith when he comes back? When he comes back, when he comes back to the world, will he still find faith? 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 Will he still find faith when he comes back? When he comes back, when he comes back to the world, will he still find faith? Jesus will come back to the world on the last day. He will come back in his glory with the angels. He will come back for judgment. What a great day. But on that day when he comes back, will he still find faith? 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 Will he still find faith when he comes back? When he comes back, when he comes back to the world, will he still find faith? Jesus will come back to the world on the last day. At the trumpet all the living shall gather, and the dead shall rise up for judgment. But on that day when he comes back, will he still find faith? 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 Will he still find faith when he comes back? When he comes back, when he comes back to the world, will he still find faith? Tribulations will come, persecution will come. Some of the faithful shall be killed, others will suffer, and the love of many shall grow cold. But on that day when he comes back, will he still find faith? 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 Will he still find faith when he comes back? When he comes back, when he comes back to the world, will he still find faith? Will he still find faith? Will he still find faith? When he comes back, when he comes back, when he comes back to the world, will he still find faith? Lead questions for today. Question number 1, what in one word, just in one word or one short phrase, what is that one word or one short phrase that adequately captures the message of today's readings? Can you identify a word, find one word or one short phrase that adequately captures the readings of today? If you listen to the first reading from Wisdom, the second reading from St. Paul's letter, and the Gospel, what is that one word or one short phrase that captures it? Question 2. There are 2 characters featured in the first reading. There are 2 characters featured in the first reading. Who are they? And what do they represent? There are 2 characters featured in the first reading. Who are they? And what do they represent? Question 3. What would you say about the behavior of the 5 wise bridesmaids who refused to give some of their oil to the others in need of oil? What would you say about the 5 wise bridesmaids who had oil and who were approached by the other ones for oil, and they refused to give of their oil? What would you say of them? Question 4. Quote, those who were ready went in with the bridegroom to the wedding hall, and the door was closed. What do you understand by these words? The words, those who were ready went in with the bridegroom to the wedding hall, and the door was closed. What do you understand by these words? What is this door? And how significant is this door for our life and our practice of the faith?
I will attempt question 1.
Okay.
The phrase that adequately addressed the readings today is prepared and stay awake.
Be prepared and stay awake. Give me a round of applause. Okay. Any other?
Yeah. I want to attempt question number 4.
Yes.
Those who were ready went in with him to the wedding hall, and the door was closed. It connotes what the first speaker said, that we must be prepared and ever ready, because we don't know when the Lord God shall come. And when he comes, he will only go in. He will only go up to heaven. He will only accommodate those who are prepared, those whose clothes have been cleansed with the blood of the Lamb. Okay. Those are the people he will accommodate.
Okay. What about the other parts of the question? What is the door?
Okay, close to my mouth. The door is the final day, the judgment day. And the door, for me, the Bible said, when death comes, after death comes judgment. Each person's door is personal. When you die, your own door is closed. And then you face judgment. And the significance to our life and practice of the faith, for Catholics, we have the confession, we have the penance, and we have this things imbued in our practice to make us come back to faith, to make us prepare back, to make us retrace our ways and be ever ready and be prepared to receive God. For
So
when
that
he comes, he will only move up with those who are prepared.
So that we can pass through that door. Give him a round of applause. Yes.
I'd like to answer question 1.
Okay.
The one word that adequately captures the message of today's reading is wisdom.
Wisdom. Give him a round of applause. Jesus, the first reading talks about wisdom in great detail, and Jesus speaks about the wise and the foolish and admonishes us to be wise. Thank you. Yes, there's a hand there.
I like that. Question 3. The wise virgins or the wise bridesmaids can be said to have attached importance to what is important. And it's important as Christians for us to be able to weigh what should be important for us. It would have been better for the others who had no oil, not to have any oil, but to be inside, rather than to have thought it's important to have oil and not be able to be inside when the bridegroom came.
Okay, so they should have just followed the others.
They should have. An example for it is if you are supposed to be trying to convert someone, for example, to Catholicism, and you feel that, okay, let me go and preach to a Jehovah's Witness, but you yourself are not firmly grounded in your faith, what might end up happening is you will end up becoming a Jehovah's Witness. You have to attach importance to what is important in your Christianity.
Okay, but you see, nobody enters that wedding hall without their lamp lit. So if they just follow the others who are having a lamp, will they enter?
No.
No, you see. So it means that your suggestion that they just follow without lamp, they wouldn't have entered. We are told that those who have their lamps lit enter. Those whose lamps are not lit cannot enter. Anyway, thank you very much. Small applause. One more and we move on.
I'd like to attempt the question 3.
Yes.
I think as much as we are called to do apostolate in the world, our Lord wants us to bring friends to him and those who are close to us. We have to realize that the salvation we should be most concerned about is our own. So if we're busy gathering people, oh, come for this, come for that, or, the usual apostolates, and we're not even
taking care of ourselves.
Yes, it's just a waste of time.
Give her a round of applause. Now, from a common sense point of view, even now, these people took extra oil. Nobody knows when the bridegroom would arrive. Look, let us imagine that their lamps had 1 liter of oil and they took 1 other liter of oil. Now, if the bridegroom delays much more in coming, if they shared their oil with the other 5, what happens is that nobody will have lamp at all when the bridegroom comes, right? Let us imagine it was midnight and the oils of the foolish ones have finished. What if the bridegroom does not come before 6 a.m.? Now, what happens is if they shared the little oil they have, by 3:30 a.m., all the lamps are gone. What happens? The bridegroom will come and not a single one will be able to accompany him. I wanted to find out, what did they do? Is it an act of wickedness or an act of wisdom? Actually, this typifies the wisdom that we are talking about today. It was an act of wisdom and discernment for them to know that we may be charitable, but at this time, when that door opens, each person is accountable for himself or herself. When that guy comes, we must answer for ourselves. The time to take care of people and make sure you include people, that time has passed. What the young man there said about the door, the day of judgment, on that day of judgment, you can't help somebody. Do you know that? On that day of judgment, nobody can help you. On that day of judgment, it is the lamp you are holding and the oil in your lamp that will save you. Give me oil in my lamp, keep me burning. Give me oil in my lamp, I pray. Give me oil in my lamp, keep me burning. Keep me burning till the break of day. Oh, sing Hosanna, sing Hosanna, sing Hosanna, sing Hosanna to the King of Kings. Sing Hosanna, sing Hosanna, sing Hosanna to the King. Now, what they did was an act of wisdom because they want to ensure that their lamps are burning till the break of day. If they shared it, then everyone will be in darkness. And what the lady there said is that no matter how you are committed to the care of God's people, the first commitment is to yourself. That's why Jesus Christ says, love one another as you love yourself. If you are showing people the way of Christ, and your oil, and I'm going to explain what the oils are. Your oil is your good works, your oil is your generosity, your oil is your chastity, your oil is, if you carry those ones you give to people, will you enter? Will you enter? The oil, each person is the one to source for her own oil, for his own oil. You can't source the oil for somebody because the oil comes from inside. Okay, let's move on now.